Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off of my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler V-Series V's I've been doing for a little while. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not going to lie. Sadly, despite the weather being pretty nice, I'm a little bit uncomfortably hot because I had to go over there and have the heat on to... It was raining. I didn't want my windshield to be all foggy. And I don't want to open up the windows because I'm like literally in the middle of Chicago and there's like traffic going by and stuff. But we'll deal. It's not too bad. Anyway, folks, it's a super simple format. I'm going to go over there and I'm going to try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. And whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm inside my truck, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight super cool shirt. Super cool shirt am I wearing today? Boom! It's one of my Stellar Circuit shirts. It's got stuff on it. One of a few that I have. I think 3, I want to say. Stellar Circuits, if you're not familiar, they are a band out of, I believe, North Carolina. They're a 4-piece, sort of, I refer to them as sort of like progressive metalcore is kind of the thing. But like, they're very unique doing what they do. Extremely talented guys. Like, I love the artistry of their music, like the way that they just produce what they produce and the way that they do what they do. That's part of the reason why I love them so much, because like they're excellent at what they do, but then the way that they do it is also just phenomenal. I really like these guys a lot. I'm actually going to see them in about 2 hours. That's why I'm here where I'm at right now. I'm parked outside the venue. I always get to venues super duper early because I'm super paranoid about getting there late. But since I was stopping off in Chicago anyway to go see him, I was like, man, I gotta go get some food, I gotta do some stuff. And by the way, if you happen to be interested in all in what I was talking about with Stellar Circuits, I have some videos of theirs on this channel. I'm just saying. Concerts of theirs that I've been to and stuff. But anyway, what am I reviewing for you folks? Well, I just got through reviewing a little Australian meat pie from a place called... Barangaroos, 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 I'm gonna go with Barangaroos, Aussie Pies. It's this like little, I don't know if it's like a full chain or a mini chain or whatever, but there's a few of them in Chicago, and they sell Australian meat pies. And I just got through reviewing their classic mince pie, but of course, couldn't just do one, so we're doing... Boom! It says Steak and Guinness on it because it's Steak and Guinness. This is their Steak and Guinness meat pie, which consists of chopped Angus steak, caramelized onions, carrots with homemade sauce made with Guinness. And it cost me $8.95. By the way, I apologize for the light. It's dark. Nothing I can do about it. So, let's try ourselves some Steak and Guinness pie. By the way, looks like that. I knew I had to try this because I like Guinness. Like, not a lot, because I'm not that big of a beer drinker. But out of, like, the beers that I'm willing to drink, Guinness is up there. It's, like, one of the ones where I'm a little bit more chill with it. So, let's try out a pie. You gotta be fucking kidding me with that flavor. That's so good. So, pastry, same type of pastry on the mince. A little bit thicker on the outside to go over there, help you contain it. Super tasty, super buttery, nice and flaky. Pastry, superb, really good. The flavor on this, though, as much as I like the mince one, I think this is going to be my jam. I am super duper 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 into this so far. Yeah. I like this one a lot. So, for one thing, one of the things I like about, I mentioned this in the classic mince. I like the mince, it was good. But one thing, it kind of worked against it a little bit, was that it was minced. It was minced meat, you know. And even though it was good meat, it kind of mixed with the gravy. It almost made like a meat sauce. So you didn't really get that nice bite. You didn't get that really nice, like oomph of the steak. Even though it was good and it was really good tasting. With this, it's chopped. So you're actually getting like that oomph. Plus, you've got the niceness of the veg. I'm not a big carrot guy, but you caramelize, or I'm sorry, not carrot, onion guy. You caramelize some onions and, put in the right thing. I'm down with it. I like it with the carrots. This is much closer to, like the mince pie was kind of its own thing. This is much closer to like a pot pie that you can get here in America. But obviously it's doing its own thing in its own way. The steak is fantastic, and the sauce is just... That Guinness sauce is fantastic. Now, for anybody wondering, does it just taste a lot like beer? Well, no, it doesn't. It's obviously been created with other things. But I will say, I get where the Guinness aspect is coming from. I can see it's not overwhelmingly Guinness. It's got a Guinness aspect to it, sort of an undertone, where, like Guinness, if you've never had it, by the way, part of the reason why I'm willing to go with it is because it's smooth and it's kind of earthy tasting. It doesn't have a lot of bitterness that a lot of beers kind of do. That's why I'm cool with it. And I like darker beers when I do drink beers. Guinness is good for that. I like that aspect. So there is kind of like a little bit of like, that sort of Guinness earthiness and a little bit of that Guinness flavor, and it works really well with the meat. Like, and I'm not that surprised. Like, Guinness is something that, this is certainly not the first thing I've had where, it's over there. There's like somebody right next to me, and I don't know if they think I'm pulling out, but I'm not pulling out, so they can just suck it. Sorry. I got my spot, and it's a good spot. But yeah, the way that it works with it, it's just, like I said, it's super tasty. I really, really enjoy the way that it works with the meat, because it's hearty. That's the best way I could put it. It's just this hearty, super tasty thing. As much as I enjoyed the other one, this one for me, leagues better. Super duper like this one. And man, it's just, these things are great. Like, they're filling, super duper tasty. Again, now, as a hand item, they're a little bit unwieldy because you get a lot of filling, and they hold together, to be fair. They do hold together. But, like, just as like a snacking thing, it's kind of hard to make it work. I struggled a little bit with the last one. But, man, these things are good. And like I said, for me, this one, definitely better than the mince one. As much as I like the mince one, this is a full step above it. But, 2 questions have to be asked. Why did my thing go off? No! Well, you can still kind of see me. We'll just roll with it then for right now. So, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes, and yes, absolutely. I think that these things are super duper good. It is similar to a pot pie, but obviously it's doing its own thing, like I said before. And I think for me, man, if I were going to go, I'm probably not going to be back to this particular establishment anytime soon because it's way out of my way. But will I be back at some point, and will I order this again? Absolutely. I really enjoyed this one. As much as I enjoyed the other one, this one was just, yeah. If I'm recommending it to other people, it might not be as inviting to somebody who hasn't tried one, even though, again, fundamentally, in fact, it's probably more similar to a pot pie than the other one was. Obviously, it does have the Guinness aspect to it, which, and like, it doesn't taste alcoholic or anything, but you do have to sort of have that, you do have to at least kind of like it, because it is there a little bit. If you absolutely are reviled by it, which I do know some people just really hate it, probably not going to be for you. But I think even if you're just okay with it, or even if you probably haven't had it, you're probably going to be okay. Because again, it's not like abrasively in-your-face Guinness. But anyway, where the fuck was I going with that? 5 things before I get out of here, folks. Have yourself a great rest of the day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of the year. Folks, go over there, have yourselves a truly Australian pie-tastic rest of your life. There's one good thing about my light going out. It's that the one person who I think thought I was waiting or was going to be pulling out finally just fucked off. Sorry, folks. I don't know what to tell you. It's Chicago. You just got to deal. I got here early, so. Anyway, final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity to the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do all the time. I know I can't do all the time. Because you can do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me, I know it. I live it. I'm out there with you in it. It's rough, man. Some days it's rough, you know. Some days it's real rough. And when we deal with situations in our lives like that, it's important that we do take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholeness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe, if you happen to be out, you know, on the road, wherever you are, and you see somebody, you know, parked, doing their thing in their car, and they have their lights on, maybe don't fucking bother just waiting for like a solid, 2 minutes. Just fuck off. I hate it when people do it. Like, I get it. You know, again, it's the city. Parking is at a premium. The 2 minutes you wasted, I can all but promise you could have gone around the corner and found fucking space. There was no reason for it. I'm just saying. But anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. I will say my overall assessment of Barangaroos Aussie Pies, they're a winner for me. 100%. Yeah, man, go out and try yourself some Aussie meat pies if you can. Bye!